We will begin by providing additional information from Day 3 as our primary source for these recaps. Ursat's Cats has supplied more details on the previous day's proceedings. Junior, Billy Mitchell's son, continued his testimony, now referred to as Junior, previously mentioned as Billy 4. A major part of Junior's testimony highlighted his dual role as both a supportive son and a law clerk who has directly assisted in his father's legal battles. Junior has been deeply involved in managing his father's public persona throughout the controversies surrounding Billy's gaming achievements and the ongoing legal disputes. Junior explained the close relationship he shares with his father, recounting how they traveled together to numerous gaming events. He described how Billy was often met with warmth from fans who would approach him for autographs and photos. Despite the public controversies related to Billy's Donkey Kong and Pac-Man scores, Junior stated that most people he interacted with considered the allegations rubbish, and Billy's public interactions remained largely positive, reflecting his status as a larger-than-life figure in the gaming community. The testimony shifted to a more personal and emotional note as Junior discussed the toll that the ongoing legal battles had taken on his father. He recounted how the release of Karl Jobst's video in 2020, which accused Billy of cheating and implied his involvement in Apollo Legends' suicide, had a profound impact. Junior described finding his father awake at 4 a.m., sitting alone on the couch, waiting for an email from their original Australian solicitor, Robert Miller. Junior explained how, during this period, Billy had become increasingly withdrawn and was visibly distressed, often vomiting in the mornings due to the stress. Despite Junior's efforts to comfort his father, Billy struggled to deal with the mounting pressure from the public accusations. Junior also described how they tried to push back against the negative publicity by filming and posting a response video. However, Junior testified that despite Karl Jobst removing portions of the video, he and Billy saw that Jobst continued to post on Twitter, still seemingly implying that Billy was responsible for Apollo Legends' death. Billy's frustration was clear when he said, quote, "Even when he's taking fucking words out of the video, he's still online claiming it's not false," end quote. In addition to these personal struggles, Junior also described how Billy's team tried to promote his reinstated Guinness World Records in 2020 through a PR campaign. Despite coverage from 170 media outlets, the damage caused by Jobst's video remained a shadow over Billy's personal and professional life. At one point, the judge asked about King of Kong, specifically whether it was a documentary or a fictional film. Billy explained that it was often called a docudrama. Quote, "If it was a documentary, they wouldn't have asked me to reshoot a scene over and over," end quote. When asked by Karl's barrister about the presence of a script, Billy responded, quote, "Parts of it were script," end quote. He explained that the filmmakers chose to omit events, such as his meeting with Steve Wiebe in 2004, to fit their narrative. Now moving into Day 4, the court heard testimony from Walter Day, founder of Twin Galaxies, who appeared via video link. Walter recounted his long relationship with Billy, describing him as a key figure in the gaming community. Billy often drew crowds of fans seeking autographs and photos. However, a key part of Walter's testimony was his admission that he had financially benefited from his association with Billy, often receiving paid appearances at events where Billy was featured. Walter described this arrangement as riding Billy's coattails, a financial link that underscored his vested interest in Billy's continued success. Walter also explained how Karl Jobst's video had a severe emotional impact on Billy, far more than the accusations regarding his gaming score. Walter recounted Billy saying, quote, "In terms of his values, he thought this was a much more extreme offense than cheating at scores," end quote. Walter also noted that Billy's health had deteriorated significantly during this time, with Billy expressing concerns about his cardiovascular health and showing signs of anxiety that Walter had not previously seen. Following Walter's testimony, the court heard from Michael McNutt, the founder of All-Star Comic Con, where Billy had been an invited guest in 2019. McNutt testified that Billy had been invited to help bring in video game fans due to his connections to the gaming community and his role in King of Kong. McNutt detailed how the arrangements were initially made through email and then by phone, with Billy receiving a $5,000 appearance fee, along with a 2-night stay and per diem. Billy was flown from Florida to Washington, D.C., and promoted the event on his social media channels, including Facebook and Instagram. McNutt's testimony revealed that, as an event organizer, he was only passingly familiar with the high score controversy surrounding Billy and Twin Galaxies, and knew almost nothing about the Apollo Legend situation. McNutt described how Billy was warmly received by attendees, many of whom appreciated his appearance in King of Kong. Despite the controversy, McNutt confirmed that he would invite Billy back to future events, as the public perception of Billy remained positive at his convention. McNutt's account calls into question Billy's claims of reputational and financial damages, as his experiences at the convention suggest Billy's appeal to the public was largely intact. Junior returned to the stand for cross-examination, offering more details about his involvement in supporting his father's legal efforts. Junior explained that his role focused on research and media management, particularly following the release of Karl Jobst's video, though he wasn't directly involved in the financial aspects. He reiterated how deeply the accusations had affected Billy, especially those tied to Apollo Legends' death. Junior also described the moment when they first learned about Apollo Legends' passing. While driving, Junior and Billy received a message from Daniel Keem, known as Keemstar, informing them that Apollo had posted a suicide note video. Keemstar urged them to check on Apollo immediately. Junior testified, quote, "We tried calling him on Discord, but there was no answer. We were too late. Apollo was already gone." Junior described how they watched the video on Billy's phone. Junior recalled his father's reaction, "That's so horrible. Oh my God," end quote. In the days following Apollo's death, Junior explained that Billy became more socially and emotionally withdrawn. Junior noted that Billy's reputation in the gaming community continued to suffer, worsening his emotional state and deepening his sense of isolation. Day 4 concluded with a deeper examination of the emotional and reputational damage Billy had suffered. Junior's testimony painted a vivid picture of how these legal battles and public controversies had taken a severe toll on his father's personal life, as the trial continues to explore the broader implications of the case.